Hello everyone. Today has been an interesting day so far. I was working in my lab, cooking up some stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I wasn't cooking today. I was actually in my science lab. And I was working on an experiment when I heard this noise from next door. And when I looked to see what was going on, I had the junior scientists and the intern scientists in there trying to do an experiment, but they got it all wrong. So I had to step in and help them out today. So today we're going to be working on chemical reactions. Now, I'm going to explain to you what is a chemical reaction, and I'm going to explain to them what is a chemical reaction. So we won't have a big explosion in the lab like we had a few hours ago. Okay, when one or more substance, which is a reactant, are changed into one or more different substances, which is the product, that is when you have a chemical reaction. Now, what does that mean? Say, for example, I have a substance in this hand, and I have a substance in this hand. These are reactants. So this is a reactant, and this is a reactant. And I'm going to mix them together. I put them in a bowl, and I whip them up and mix them together. Now it's all one thing inside the bowl, right?
Yeah.
Because I mixed them together.
Yeah.
So now it becomes a product. But those two substances that I mixed together, they reacted in a way that changed into a product. And that is a chemical reaction.
Mommy.
Now, wait a minute. We're going to go into detail about it. Just listen for right now, hands down. Just listen. So now, a chemical reaction rearranges the atoms of a reactant to create different substances as products. So everything has an atom in it. We have atoms inside of our body. Our body is made up of 99% atoms. There's nitrogen, there's carbon, there's oxygen. There are things that make up our body. So a chemical reaction rearranges the atom of the reactant to create different substances as products. Now today we're going to be working on two reactants, or working with two reactants. We're going to be working with vinegar, and we're going to be working with bicarbonate of soda, which is basically baking soda. And when we mix our two reactants together, it's going to form our product, which is carbon dioxide. Now our vinegar is the acid, and we're going to mix the acid with the base, which is the bicarbonate of soda, or the baking soda. Yes. And it's going to create our new product, carbon dioxide. But now we're going to do our chemical reaction in a fun way today. And you all are going to have to make some predictions as we're going along. So are you ready?
Yeah!
All right, let's get started. Okay. Now, we are ready to work on completed a chemical reaction. Now, first I'm doing a check. Everybody has their eyewear on. Check. We have our hair nets on. Check. All right. The junior scientists have on their lab coats. The intern scientists have on her smock, and I have on my apron. So we are all set. Now, when we're doing a science experiment, are we putting things in our mouth?
No.
No. Are we putting things in our eyes and our nose?
No.
No. Are we sniffing things?
No.
No. We are not doing any of those things, okay? All right, so now we are ready. Now, as I said earlier, we are going to be working with vinegar, which is our acid, bicarbonate soda, which is the baking soda. Now, before we actually get started, I am going to do a brief experiment, and they will all make a prediction as to what they think will happen. Now I'm looking to see if everybody's ready.
My eyes are hurting.
Okay. There we go. All right. So now I am going to take some of the baking soda, and I'm going to pour it inside of the empty cup. This is just making it easier for us to scoop it out.
I didn't know it was white.
Have a seat before you knock things over. Have a seat. Okay, so it's inside. Now I am going to use one of their utensils. And may I use your funnel, please?
Yeah.
All right, now, on our bottles, I have separated the bottles into fourths. So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 makes it a whole. I am going to just fill this bottle 1/4 of the way with vinegar. I am filling the bottle 1/4 of the way with vinegar. Now, I need my junior scientist and my intern scientist to tell me what do you think is going to happen when I put the vinegar inside of the bottle.
It's gonna have a chemical reaction.
You think just putting the vinegar in there by itself is going to have a chemical reaction?
No.
So what's going to happen when I just put the vinegar by itself inside the bottle?
It's just gonna sit in there. It's gonna sit in there.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's just going to sit? Okay, so let's see if we made the prediction if it's going to, what's going to happen. We're going to pour it in.
I mean, aren't you going to lose the funnel?
Not for this part.
So it's easier.
All right.
Easier. We're right.
Now, 1/4 of the bottle is filled with vinegar. Put the top back on the vinegar. So, they all predicted that the vinegar was just going to sit in the bottle, and that is what it is doing. It is sitting inside of the bottle. Now, I am going to scoop. I'm going to fill this. Matter of fact, I want to use Jasmine's funnel.
Yeah.
Can I use your funnel? Because it's going to hold more. I am going to fill this funnel with baking soda. So I am, no touching. I'm going to fill it with baking soda. And I'm keeping my finger at the bottom so that the baking soda does not come out. Okay, now I'm going to move this. And I'm going to move this. Now, tell me, what do you think will happen?
It will rise.
Wait a minute. When I put this baking soda inside of this container that has the vinegar in it.
It will have a chemical reaction.
Okay, it's going to have the chemical reaction. Is that what everybody thinks?
It's going to rise and have. And Jonathan and me said it at the same time.
Okay, so chemical reaction is going to rise. What do you think?
It's going to explode.
It's going to explode. Now let's see. I'm moving my finger to see if it's coming out. Uh-oh, it's nothing coming out.
You just have to put it in there and go. Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
And you all see at home. I'm going to move it up some more. Let's see what happens.
Watch this. It's rising. Oh, it's not rising. Oh, yes it is. How's it going to make it into the balloon?
Ah, we'll see.
Wait, it's getting higher.
Oh, it's rising. And
Mommy!
oh, there's still a whole lot of baking soda in here. How about I'm going to scoop it out my finger? Okay, so yes, that's the vinegar smell. All right, so now it had a chemical reaction. What happened?
It exploded.
It exploded.
I knew